Yo. How do we control this metamorphosis? One light twists like a torsionist. Drive-bys and full-door chords with 4-4s. Mighty morph into warlords. Mighty guns get torn by the ghost swords. More resort to this course road. Wishing we've lost hope, so bullets ripping your torso. Ribs in a different position. Got a fist for low souls. Chorus to the course though. More so of a snow pork or DiGiorno. But I'm blind to the bullshit. And I rhyme to the music that ignites revolutions and destroys your illusions. This shit is just damaging amateurs. Leaving their bodies on canvas for cannabis. And bandanas on hammers, machetes and calibers. Throw you in cannons and bankers. Oppressor minority. Fucking oppression. We the majority. The vision for the weak, easy to hit a nigga in the sleep. Try and keep the peace. I keep my eye for beef. Niggas will sneak, thinking you supplying streets. I'm a lion, I don't sleep. Stop relying on the sheep. Cosmic science intervenes, prophesizing what I seen. Not apologizing, got the shotty while I sleep. Shooting police in my dreams. Snitches telling on me. Know the weapons on me, huh?
Keep it going. Walking Radio. EmpireRadio.com.
Yeah, baby. And
now, the Market Radio Show, of course, we bring together each and every Friday an artist and a producer because we feel it's important to reestablish that connection, and it is really what builds not only hip hop but a whole bunch of other genres. So, this next brother I'm about to present, in case you're just listening and you're not actually visually watching, hails from Houston, resides in the Boogie Down Bronx. Met him through our standard. Started an incredible vlog, which I don't like. Other producers are on YouTube, but like the way you're doing your vlog, I really respect and I really admire. So I really just want to give a big round of applause for my man Hanz Nobe, yo, all the way from H-Town. Yo, down Bronx by way of H-Town. Yo, Hanz, man,
move in some, so I can control my camera.
You got talking to the mic right here, all like, you know, press conference.
Like Dick.
Yeah, like So Hanz, tell the people who you are, where you from, a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I go by the name of Hanz Nobe. I actually started producing projects back in 2006, 2007, the rap artists. Like I would go find producers, engineer, and everything else, and I would, you know, put music on a CD and sell it, slang it. I made money, paid my books for it, paid off one of my student loans with it. And from there I was all in. I changed my major in college, you know, to business administration, went all in.
What's up? I didn't even know about that shit.
But yeah, but as far as like really like get my hands on like on beats and everything else, I made my first beat in 2010, and I went all in. I want to say around 2011, 12 for sure.
And what made you transition? Because you said you know you was an artist, you put out music. What made you do that transition from artist to producer?
Well, first of all, shout out to iStandard. And the Red Bull.
You fucking nice standard.
I knew that was coming. But I say that respectfully because we had our own thing in Houston called the Space City Beat Battle. And I got brought on as the marketing and social media coordinator. And so with that, I got a chance to like kick it with Young Guru, Ski Beast, Ninth Wonder, S1 before like he really blew, Illmind, the R, Needles, and all these other people. So I got a chance to get like my answers, you know, my questions answered. Like, yo, how do you chop up drums and all this other stuff? And the first time I made a beat for an artist and his eyes lit up, that was it. I literally just I sold my mic. I'm not even bullshitting. I sold my mic and that was it.
So do you prefer like software or hardware?
I can work at MPC 2500 probably as good as any novice, but it's nothing like just a dog. Like I can really do all kind of crazy shit.
What challenges you?
Digital audio workstation for the.
What challenges you more though? Like what do you feel like? You know what I mean? Like when you actually sit down and create.
You feel like you say hardware. I'm just letting you know.
Oh yeah, of course, because he started off saying a little something, you know.
I feel like the software. Because the reason why I feel like that is because it's technology. In the sense of like one update can like expand your sound library. And like with MPC 2500 specifically, even though it's kind of portable and everything else, it's cool and I like to swing on it. I mean, of course, like I know native instruments and everyone else is trying to, you know, capture that 1/16 C swing, but if you work it long enough, you can get Logic to do the same thing. Yeah. But nah, I feel you. Yeah.
So
you don't feel
I know. Like I gotta dub my drums a lot
Exactly.
in Logic, and like an MPC, that's it. That kick drum, that's it.
Alright, I'm gonna take a shake these questions. So if you can have any producer right here in front of you that you can battle.
Too early for that question,
Nah,
right?
I'm doing it right now. Who would you know think you could top notch be with? Any producer.
Oh, like if I was competing?
Yep, competing
Shay
wise.
Diggs and Wreck want us to go viral so bad.
Oh, like
Not
one
me.
of the top producers?
I would
That's one
say
of the
that,
top
right?
producers in NY anywhere. If you could, if
If
they sit
Swiss
right in
Beats
front
hit
of
you up saying, yo, Playboy, I got, well, that was more Diddy. Yo, player, Swizzy, I want you to be part of a beat battle. I'm gonna let you pick any established producer.
I would see. I'm competitive, so of course.
Take an H-Town nigga, or take a Texas nigga.
No,
Take a
why?
Texas nigga.
Why? Like why not go for the? If it was H-Town, it would be Donnie Houston, who's Slim Thug's producer. But if it was like just number one, I want Metro Boomin. And no disrespect to his like why not compete against the best?
Exactly.
What about NY?
Exactly.
If you had anybody in NY.
His formula is just, never mind.
See. As far as NY, you're gonna look at me kind of big.
Who?
Bank really ain't in wild. Like, Bank's from Virginia.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, my bad.
God forbid, because Bank don't give a fuck. Yo, Bank would. I remember I did a post for Outstanding.
Yeah.
It was like the 20th anniversary, or whatever anniversary. It was 2016. It was the 15th anniversary of Blueprint, and I
Yeah.
did a post on Outstanding Producers
Oh, I remember
saying like shouting out, saying, yo,
Yeah, I
15
remember
years
that.
ago. These producers made this classic album, and I forgot to fucking tag
And
Bank.
he went
my
smooth off.
This is when Jones just told us to put posted by
Right,
So
right.
as soon as I put posted by Gio the Rican, I think he went to Hatch like, who is this Gio the Rican?
Yeah.
Forget, because that was his whole career. Apparently, everybody confused
But no,
him with
what's
Just Blaze or
The thing with Bink
he
is
never got
that,
his proper just due.
but the thing with
No
Bink
pun intended.
is that like, that's kind of the problem with ghost producing, is that it's cool you may get your check, but the only problem is no one knows who you are. So like, I know
To be
people-
fair, that was the era of like you had to see the liner notes though, because honestly, 1-900 Hustler and All I Need,
Yeah.
just Blaze vibe.
Yeah, but keep in mind, like there are
You know what I'm saying?
ghost producers that are behind some of the biggest hit records, but because they're not in the liner notes, that was it.
Yeah.
You know, they did that. They live off the royalty checks for about 6 months, maybe like a year and a half. They had to get a regular 9 to 5 because they had nothing on their resume.
Shout out to my brother Exclusive, because I would tell people, yo, I met the nigga that made All the Way Up. I DM'd him and I congratulated, because I was trying to get him to do an backstory or like whatever we used to do on the iSign website.
Yeah.
Backtrack. I wanted him to do like how he got the placement, and I would tell people, yeah, you know, like I know the guy is Exclusive. He made it. Oh no, Cool and Dre made that, because you hear the like their drop or whatever.
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, but right before their drop or after, you hear the exclusive.
Yeah.
So at least that's changing. Now we had the Close High here before,
Yeah.
and he had a lot of beats that he got off YouTube. Now that's no problem. You are actually somebody who made a living
Mhm.
selling beats online through your own website and YouTube, right?
Prior to New York Ranch, correct.
Exactly. So prior to the New York man, exactly. Now, of course, now there's a stigma to the quote-unquote YouTube producers, which I don't feel like there's a stigma for YouTube producers. I feel there's a stigma of artists taking
Yeah.
beats off YouTube. Now, how do you feel as a producer, not only utilizing that platform to its best ability and seeing it being what some might say abused?
Okay, so I would say I don't knock it, but at the same time I have to give context in my answer. Like to be honest with you, I'm really a businessman and a salesman that's moonlighting as a music producer. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Like I look at the music as a product. So the reason why I was able to make a living was I would do things as far as like hang around the studio. I would get real cool with the studio manager, do things like send fruit baskets if I had it in my budget, intern, do whatever it took to kind of like find those artists. I would do research. I would listen to the last mixtape, what it associated with and everything else to go try to make that sell. So if you want to use YouTube to do it, I don't knock it at all. However, the issue with it is that you leave yourself open to, you know, having a whole bunch of people download your stuff and run with it. Not as far as the artist, because you want it for the artist. That's why you put it up there. The problem is, if your drop is at the very beginning, it takes nothing to cut 2 bars and have a fade come in.
I've done it. But I've put on my gram though. I made a PSA about like, listen, I'm an engineer, bro. I can take your drops off. Now there's producers that do it every 2 bars, every 4 bars. Now that's hard.
Yeah.
But if you've done it like on your intro and your drop, but you've like unconsciously you put that same breakdown later on into the beat.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing but one crop and one edit.
I mean, some people say like one of my OGs told me, he said, one of the greatest things that can happen to you, someone can steal your beat if it's copywritten, and that's true. However, the problem is it's really you leave yourself open to get something stolen. Like if you do like a bridge and it's hard body and there's no drums in there, you have a sample. Someone can go in there, take your sample, flip it, do whatever, and run with it. If they put enough filters on it, you'll never know. Now you can sit there and claim and shout at the top of the mountain, yo, that's my song, but if you didn't get anything copywritten or whatever else, you leave yourself open.
So is that how you kept yourself protected? Just do copywritten or how did you?
Yeah, I spent about $35 to get my songs copywritten, but I didn't do
each, or did you send like a? Because
no,
I know
you get
send a CD.
No, you get a batch. You get a batch. I think it's like five or 7. The last time I did was like 5 or 7.
How big are you on sampling?
So I got burnt with sampling. I can say it now. It's all done. I got burned by Virgin Records by way of Universal.
Okay.
I was getting ready to release a beat tape called Socialite Beat Tape 2. Shout out to my boy T Willa that helped executive produce the project out of San Diego. And there was a sample in there called Moments of Love by the Art of Noise. You guys heard it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so it made up the bulk of the track. So I decided to be a good guy, and I was like, well, let me go and make sure I get this thing clear. Because if it's just a beat tape, they're not going to like hassle me about it or whatever. I've gotten a James Brown sample clear before, and ask me how I did it. I slipped through the cracks. Yeah, like, so.
That in itself should be a book. Go ahead.
But I went and I found out it was by Virgin Records. Virgin Records got bought out by Universal UMG. And then I was introduced to the person via email, and I sent the track, and I didn't hear anything for like months. So I started to get word. I'm like, well, let me make sure this is straight. So I kept hitting people up over and over again. And then I pretty much got an email saying, hey, look, listen, because our sample, our music makes up the bulk of the track, we want 80%. Oh, you want 80% of the track? No, 80% of your album.
What?
For one track?
For one track. Thank you. And so I was like, why? And of course I didn't get a response back, so I just wanted to release it for free on SoundCloud. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going through this again. Unless I got like a plug, like someone that can really get my stuff like pushed through, I'm not sampling. Like
it really discouraged you from sampling altogether?
Yeah.
Because there's ways, I mean, as chopping it and disguising. You understand?
Not even, but like, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
But DJ Pain 1, I don't know if you know what DJ Pain 1 is.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Pain 1 made a video of how you go to Library of Congress. You could copyright a song that contains a sample, and which basically you're copyrighting the elements of your beat that contain the sample, and you're basically saying, okay, the sample isn't mine, but all the other elements are. And I think it was DJ Pain 1 who did a Twitter takeover for us, and I asked him, I was like, yo, how hard was it? Or no, I said I asked him which sample was the toughest to clear. Yeah. And he says, well, honestly, that's up to the label. And he said that. He made a video of when artists ask you if the sample is cleared, you have to tell them, well, listen, that's not my job to clear the sample. Because if we make a record that's dope enough, that's for your label. Like if you're signed to it, the label's gonna clear it. If you're working with an independent artist, there's a lot of gray areas there, but he did show ways to clear a sample, to copyright a beat that contains a sample.
That's great.
That's kind of shooting the dice, but
that is shooting dice. But you know and I mean, I don't, but see that's why I don't sample. I'm not trying to.
And see,
So
so
maybe the record might be worth it. Maybe the
Exactly,
artist.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe it's gonna be in the long run a great
No,
investment.
I don't, you know,
Because
I'm
there's
not-
songs that's happened like.
I don't like sampling, but I'm not, you know, and trust me, my Shazam, I have Shazam for that reason only.
Yeah.
Yo, this shit is dog. I gotta sample this. You know, I gotta sample this. Let me put this in the speaker. But you know, I mean, that sampling in itself is a whole other conversation, really. But
So with that, I was approached by a guy named Keith Watson. Keith Watson actually produced the NBA theme song. He's actually a guy in Houston.
wait, the NBA,
the new one, not the classic.
not the
Yeah. That dude is on an island somewhere, like relaxed.
Chilling with your
Right,
Bryson.
but he produced one of the new ones, and he presented an idea to me that I'm actually trying to run with now, and it's kind of a boss move, and so I'll give it to you guys because you know my man
Hey,
Gio
for the
is.
culture.
So what he proposed was, he said, okay, well if you want to sample, that's fine, but you know if you really want to get ahead of the curve, find something that no one has sampled. I said, okay, cool. But he said, no, take it one step ahead. Go buy that artist's catalog and then sample it. So if the song hits, people gonna look for that sample. They'll play it. You never know. That song may actually get played in a movie or something. So now you're getting paid from the rap song, the song you actually put out, and the catalog that you own.
Bro, that level of boss. First of all, shout out to my man Frank. I'm not gonna put his last name out there because
You talking about?
Frank cool.
Okay, yeah.
Because there's always one Frank in every label. Shout out to my man Frank for Phase One Music.
Okay.
He owns about, like, I'm talking about Warlock Records, Mad Freestyle Records. And when I was working, you know, when I was running his studio, he was like, yo, Gio, sample from the catalog. You get it, you know, sample from our catalog. I want to get paid and you want to get paid.
Exactly.
So that whole buying the catalog is a boss.
And the thing is that thing's
But they do take loans though. Like
Yeah.
you could put out a loan to pay for the catalog.
There you go. I don't know if I want to go through all that.
No,
But
because Frank owns New Edition's first album.
wow.
So that VH1 special that came out, guess who got paid?
But the thing is, the reason why that became a thing was a dude, just like this nerdy guy from MIT, if I believe the story is correct. He bought a catalog. One of the songs that got played in "There's Something About Mary." He never graduated because he didn't have to.
Yeah, he got that.
Yeah.
He got that check cleared.
Right.
So real quick before we get into like a quick little break, speak about your vlog real quick, the Hanz Nobe vlog, which it was a pleasure being a part of this week's episode. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that shit, Gio the Rican gets real, I was like, oh shit, did I say some shit? Cause I was high as fuck. I was like, did I disrespect like Futures and shit like that?
I mean, look.
It was real though, and you know, because I really want to shed light on, you know.
No, like producers need to have a real conversation. We can get into that later. But as far as me starting the vlog, I'm originally from Houston by way of Detroit, so I got family in both cities. And so I got tired personally of like always calling people in both cities and say, hey, this is what I have going on. This is part of the vlog. I kind of want to do it anyway. What happened was it took a life of its own because other producers and even soccer moms started commenting and say, hey, let us know what else you got going on. You know, what's happening. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I started doing it weekly. And it kind of just grew from there. So the whole purpose of the vlog was not to just put out like a whole bunch of videos of me stunting. I wanted to show like the real process of producing an artist and the shit that we go through on a daily basis. Like why you haven't heard from a producer in like almost 2 years, because like he's recording the music, he's trying to get it clear, the whole nine, talking to a lawyer, this, that, and the third, the fights with the artist.